Hello fam, how are you all doing? I hope you all are good. Let's have a look at this video.
Being 43 years old, dressed like a carrot in broad daylight is crazy work.
43. Are you single? Kinda, sorta, but not really, you know what I'm saying? I'm married to the game, brother. At your age, have you ever proposed to a woman before? Nah, I would never do that. If I ever thought about getting married, we gonna get a shaman or something and do a tribal ritual. I'm not signing no paperwork with the government with my money and my greatness. But why do you as a man feel like marriage is a risk? As a businessman, you know, you gotta go off the numbers. 60% of marriages end in divorce, and they always initiated by the woman, like 70%. So off those numbers alone, I would never jeopardize my greatness, my millions, my glory to that piece of paper. So you don't marry a woman, but you're with her long term. What happens next? I mean, we just living life. We gonna go with the flow. You know, if she wanna move around, she can. I'm not holding nobody hostage. You know what I'm saying? See, that what happens. That's like the click cage somebody in when they get that paperwork. No, we living free out here. To the 43-year-old woman watching this now, who would go, "You're not taking anybody serious without marriage," what would you have to say to that? I say God bless them. You know, if you're 43 and you're a woman and you complaining about marriage, that means you already passed your prime.
Now, I wouldn't dare take the credit for that carrot comment. It actually came from Richie Brave. And he said, 43, dressed like a carrot and married to the game. The carrot emoji. Okay, so that walking carrot goes by the name of Mr. Organic. And apparently, allegedly, he has a clothing brand and it's worth millions, according to him. But I don't really care about that. I want to get to the comments. Now, somebody by the name of Black Lex Luthor said, "Pro tip, fellas, the ultimate flex is being married to a cutie, effeminate, submissive, and agreeable woman and taking care of a family. It's the pinnacle of manhood." Because it really is. If you see a man walking around looking like a carrot, talk about he married to the game, run for the hill. Now, Leah said, "LML, being married to the game is so wild to say past your 20s. Now, Super said, "You could dress like a tall glass of vitamins, a tall glass of vitamin C." Brother, you was 43. Time to start dressing like an adult rather than an extra in the early 2000s rap video.
I think he's made his own choice and he doesn't want to be with any woman. I hope he's not a baby daddy. He can't say he's married to the game and he's out here having baby mamas. It's not adding up. Men like this are all about their money. They are not willing to make effort in relationships. Men like this are those men that think providing in a relationship is the ultimate. They often lack emotional intelligence and the necessary skills required for a relationship to thrive. In their head, it's a woman's job to make the relationship work. Rather than him asking himself the real question why relationships are not working, or his relationships are not working, or the ones he's seen around why they're not working, and finding a solution to it, he's here talking about holding on to his money and being married to the game. It's all about game for men like this. I'm not dismissing the fact that some women get into relationship with the purpose of getting divorced and getting paid afterwards. We have some women like that. They use marriage as their own business. So they must get married to a rich man, divorce the man, and get part of his money. And I think those are the people he's talking about. But majority of the women are not that way. Let's move on to the next topic. Baby mama, baby daddy, baby father drama. Men refusing to pay child support or the right amount for child support. Let's have a look.
Part one of me talking about the $11.22 for my baby daddy and child support. So I see a lot of people have something negative to say about the situation. First off, let me explain something to you. I was 15 years old when I had my daughter, 15 years old, and this man was quite older than I was. I accepted the fact that I was a single parent. Year after year, me justified and making excuses why this man wasn't involved in my daughter's life. At 2 years old, establishing paternity because I was some kind of hoe and didn't know who my baby daddy was. In reality, he didn't want to admit to a 15-year-old kid. So after getting paternity, I was receiving food stamps, I was receiving housing, and I was receiving TANF from the state because I was 17 years old when she was 2 years old, living on housing and getting assistance. So yes, they put him on child support for $234 a month. The whole time she's been on child support, I have not received not one full payment. So all you in the comments talking about, "Oh yeah, you chose him as a baby daddy," or "Why did you choose him? This is what you get." I was the one chosen. I was a kid. So for y'all to be under the comments talking about, oh, she got her makeup done, she got her hair done, she can't afford to get her daughter some track shoes. Never said I couldn't afford it. My daughter took in consideration. My mom just paid bills. My mom just did this. So let me ask somebody else about track shoes. I never told her to call that man. I don't even talk to that man. Don't even acknowledge him. But for y'all to sit up here and say, oh, well, you should accept the $11.22 since you put him on child support. It wasn't the fact of the $11.22. It was the fact that he was trying to be funny with my daughter, and she's a kid, bro.
She was on fire. A nerve was obviously struck. People in the comment section, please be nice with your comments. Let's see the video she was making reference to.
So my daughter called her dad, asking him, can he buy her track shoes? He said, yeah, baby, just tell your mama to call the cart and y'all go ahead and head to the store. So she comes in the room excited. Mama, daddy said I could put my shoes on. We can go to the store and get the shoes. And so I call the card and it says you have a balance of $11.22. She said she need track shoes, not no flip-flops. So I called like, yeah, what's up? You said how much was on the card? He talking about, yeah, if you would have been, I wouldn't be going through. I wouldn't be going through if I didn't have a baby daddy like you.
If you would love to hear more on this story, you want more updates on it, please head over to her page on TikTok to watch the rest of it. She's got a lot of videos on her page. But before you do that, please make sure you watch my video to the end before running off. Thank you.
You, your son, what about your wife?
Oh, she's not on there.
Okay.
We just recently been married, so we haven't switched things up yet.
Okay, how long have you all been married?
About 3 months.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you are. So it's about $200. If I take that $600 and divide it by 3, it's $200 per person. So for both kids, it'll be about $400. That sound about right?
Yeah.
Okay. So your wages decreased, health insurance somewhat increased. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know?
Is there some more stuff you wanted to know?
Well, I mean, you came to court.
Okay. I mean, pretty much. I mean, yeah, that's it. I mean, I've been married. I got a newborn. The restaurant haven't been doing so good, and I just need some help from y'all to help me reduce my child support.
Okay. All right. Ma'am?
Yes.
Is there anything you want me to know?
Yeah, actually.
All right. Are you in agreement to his child support being reduced?
No, I am not.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I think it is fine as it is. I don't want to fight to increase it. I think the payment you are paying me is enough. The restaurant that he owns, same business. I don't see there being any less business. The only hours that were reduced were mine because your wife is the manager.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't catch that part.
Yeah.
Run that by me again.
So he claims that the restaurant isn't doing so good.
Okay.
But I think the business is the same. It was just my hours that were reduced, so I had to pick up another job to make do.
Okay, so you, him, and new wife all work together?
Yeah, well, I only work on the weekends now, but yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, we all get along. We make things work out for the family.
Excuse me, what do we call such arrangement? I don't understand. They all work in the same place. He owns the restaurant. His new wife is the manager. So he just got married and they want to kick the other lady out. Wow, that man is wicked, honestly. So you reduced her hours at your restaurant and now you're asking the judge to permit you to pay less child support. Are you intentionally punishing her? Of course, obviously it is intentional. It is intentional. So what am I saying? Why you being wicked? That should be the question. Why you being wicked to her? You've reduced her work hours and now you're planning on reducing the child support. How then do you expect her to cater for the child and herself? People can be wicked.
My baby daddy quit his job as an electrician where he was making over 6 figures a year to work a minimum wage job at a fast food place just so he wouldn't have to pay me $3,000 a month in child support. Is that not ridiculous? He would rather take a massive pay cut than to give me money to pay for his kids. I'm just so pissed right now because I'm going to pay for my mortgage. How am I going to pay for my mortgage? And you can tell me to go get a job, but then who's going to watch my kids? Because putting my kids in daycare is going to cost more than my freaking house. So what am I supposed to... He's trying to act like he should only be responsible for 50% of the kids' expenses, and he doubts that they cost $6,000 a month. But I'm like, sir, I am doing 100% of the raising. I feed these kids every night. I put them to bed. I wake them up in the morning. I get them dressed. You're not doing any of that. So you should be 100% taking care of them financially. I told him when we first got together I was never going to get a job and he was going to have to take care of me, and he was okay with that. But now we're divorced and he's saying that he shouldn't be paying my bills.
We've got another revenge story for you. A Virginia father paid his final child support payment to his ex in pennies. 80,000 of them. He pulled up to his ex's house, here's the video, in a rented trailer to dump all of the pennies out on the lawn. He explained it was the result of 18 years of built-up frustration, but it had an impact on his 18-year-old daughter, who reportedly said, quote, "It's not just my mom he's trying to embarrass, it's also me and my sister, and it's upsetting that he didn't consider that before he did that." The mom and daughter decided to do something good with the pennies and donated them all to a domestic abuse center. But the question is this revenge or sheer pettiness or penniness? And what would you
going there?
And what would you do if this was your father? I thought the daughter sounded actually quite mature. I hadn't even thought like this.
I'm so happy that the news station thought this was funny because I think it's funny. I don't know why this was such a story. He made his last child support payment. What's the big deal? Oh, he paid in pennies? Wait, are pennies not legal tender? Can you not use pennies anywhere? Also, he's paying child support, which means that mom needs that child support money, right? Well, so why is she donating the money? I thought she needed the child support payments. And now that it's ending, I'm wondering if she feels some type of way about it. I know dad's excited, but how does mom and the daughter feel? Because it seems like he doesn't have a good relationship with his daughters, and obviously they don't co-parent well, because you don't just drop pennies off in your last payment if you have a good co-parent. Although I would do it as a prank, but my co-parent has to understand my humor for me to do it. This penny phobia has to stop.
Let's start with the last clip we just watched, the voiceover. The man doesn't see anything wrong with what the other man did, sending pennies to the house for the last child support. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And the man that has the voiceover does not see anything wrong in what the man did. So we should focus on the fact that he paid, not how he paid. Some men are ridiculous. And the man that chose to reduce his earnings so he doesn't pay much in child support is also crazy. Women, we just have to be careful of the kind of men we get into relationship with. I know people change. I understand. Men can be this way, and when you get into relationship with them, when you marry them, it's just a matter of time the true color comes out. It's very difficult to tell. Sometimes I find it difficult to see some adult men act like children, behave in ways that I can't understand, honestly. What level of pettiness is that? Or you don't want to earn more because you don't want to pay more in child support. So if you don't pay more, what's going to happen? Who's going to cater for the child? The woman. So it's a way of you punishing the woman. Why are men so quick to punish women? The other one that sent pennies, in his mind, oh, it's heavy, she's going to struggle with it, she's going to take it to the bank, like the whole process, or it's going to be stressful for her. In his head, he's also trying to punish her. Men and punishment. It's still the whole master and slave relationship, because when you are dealing with a master and a slave relationship setting, the master thinks punishment is a way to bring someone to order, if you get what I mean. So to them, it's still the same thing. That's why they're so quick to want to punish the women they have in their lives.
It's always the deadbeat dads that don't pay child support that say the mother of their child is always worried about money. Or it's the men who pay $100 a month for child support that say the mother of their child is living off of them. You ever notice the men that pay a lot in child support are the ones who never talk about it because they know that it's helping the mother of their child pay for their child? Let's talk about how hard it is to be a wife. People don't talk enough about this. A
A lot of women don't have the full understanding of what it is before getting into that union, and it's important for women that want to get married to have an understanding up to a good level of what it is they're about to get into. Being a wife is a lot. You're not just going to be in that relationship as a wife alone. You also have so many other roles to fit in. You have the role of motherhood, that's if you choose to become a mom. There's a whole lot. I can't even name all of it. There's a whole lot. So just know that getting married is not just one role you're going to fit in, much more than one.
I genuinely believe that it is so much harder to become a wife, to build a family, to serve, love, and nurture a husband than it is to be a businesswoman or a woman with a really successful career.
She really said that becoming a wife is genuinely so much harder than having a successful career, as if men aren't the most easily satisfied creatures on earth. I could walk into 29 Palms right now, make eye contact with any man, and be married by sundown, and that's just reality. Yet we see broke couples in unstable situations get married all the time. Love, marriage, and building a family isn't some impossible task. It's often what people default to when they can't or don't want to pursue anything more ambitious. Being a wife isn't inherently harder, but you know what is hard? Navigating corporate America as a woman. We get paid less for the same job, emotional when we set boundaries, aggressive when we lead, and passed over for promotions because someone assumes that we might want kids one day. You can choose to be a wife, and that's fine, but let's not pretend that the harder path is being adored by a man who thinks a warm plate and a smile is peak womanhood. Some of us are out here succeeding in spaces that weren't built for us and doing it well.
Think! Sometimes more than you pray. What can you do? Every woman here, you are married for instance, and all you do is have sex and give birth to children and cook good meals. I pity you, because full-time housewife is full-time suffering PLC. So you better do something with your life. If the totality of your financial life is dependent on your husband, you are a colossal disgrace. No man wants a liability around him. Every man wants an asset.
Marriage is very sacrificial, and people think that when married couples say, oh, marriage is hard, marriage is wonderful, and marriage can be hard. But the hard part is not about arguments, difficult situations, difficult conversations. What's hard is that you have to lay your life down every day for this person. That is the difficult part. It's not about what you can face in life, because guess what? When you face hard things, you have a person there to hold your hand, and you're not alone. The difficult part is you being selfless and you saying, I'm gonna serve you despite on how you're serving me.
So I need ladies to understand, just because you're a good mom, you're educated, or you own your own businesses, and you're handling things on your own, that does not make you automatically a good wife. Right? A good wife requires other factors and characteristics. A wife is a role, just like being a mom is a role, or being an employee is a role. They're all different, right? I mean, you can have certain characteristics that can help be the foundation, but these are different hats and they require different things of you. First things first, you have to be a woman that can work with a man. Right? And I'm finding a lot of women have a hard time doing that or don't want to do that. If you're going to be a wife, you got to learn how to navigate life with that man through the ups and the downs, right? Because you're going to have quite a few of those ups and downs, right? But the key is, even when you're down, you know, you have to be that same supportive woman. As long as he's supporting you or doing the best that he can, you're supposed to love him the way God loves you, right? And you're supposed to be his helpmate. A lot of women struggle with this. When you ask women what makes them a good wife, you know, they try to say, you know, I'm a good mom, da 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 da. You can be a good mom and not married, right? That has nothing to do with your husband, right? Because that wife title is directly tied to your husband. It's not tied to your children. Right? So you have to take that into consideration. That's a whole separate relationship that you have to learn to nurture. And that's where women struggle.
The major reason why women are struggling being a wife to a man is because of the type of man they are married to. Marriage is a beautiful thing if you get married to the right person. A lot of men have this master-slave mentality. I already mentioned it in this video. So if someone is seeing you as his helpmate, like the Bible puts it, like the last speaker also mentioned, yeah? If someone is seeing you as a helpmate, that person is already feeling entitled. So a lot of men get into a relationship with this entitlement mentality. Oh, I'm married to you as a woman. It is your duty to assist me in every way so I make it in life. They don't see you as an individual that has got her own life, her own dreams. They don't see you that way. All they have in their head is, you're here to make my life better for me. You are here to assist me. So whatever workload you have to handle is part of it. It's not my job, not my responsibility to make life easier for you, but it is your job and your responsibility to make life easier for me. So a lot of marriages are one-sided. The men are the ones benefiting the most and the women are the ones suffering. So how then do you expect a successful union when the mindset is already faulty? A lot of people hold on to the teachings of the Bible. They hold on to what the Bible says. Men are so quick to make reference to that part of the Bible that said women were made from the ribs of a man, and God said a man needed a companion and a helpmate, and women were made. You see where the problem is coming from? So that portion of the Bible made them understand that they are to rule and women are their subordinates. If someone tells you that someone was made from your ribs, what does that mean? The person is part of you and beneath you as well, because the person was made from your material, your body. So this explains why a lot of men see women less. They belittle women. They will never see us as equals. The Bible is a great tool that is causing chaos in marriages. The only way for you to have a perfect marriage in the eyes of the society and to a man is for you as a woman to be the sacrificial lamb. It's for you as a woman to take the pain, endure all the BS, and don't complain. That's the only way the society will stamp your marriage as perfect, and that man will be so happy. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click these videos to watch a man say he has the right to beat his wife. That's his own way of correcting her. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.